Hello everyone, I'm a 3D artist and professional graphic designer. I also develop games all using open source tools like Inkscape, Blender, and Godot. Today, we're looking at gameplay from a project I built from scratch called Super Square. It's a platformer inspired by the classic feel of Super Mario, but I wanted to create something uniquely fun and clean. The game is a classic platformer featuring modern, stylized 2D graphics. You play as a square as the main character who must navigate to the exit door at the end of each level. Throughout the journey, the player must dodge obstacles, enemies, and bottomless abysses, all while collecting power-ups and stars to clear the stage. I used Inkscape for the 2D vector graphics and Godot to bring the assets to life. For the player, coins, and enemies, I actually used Blender to handle the animations. I exported those as image sequences so Godot could render them as smooth animated sprites. For the platforms, I didn't need to design the entire level within Inkscape. Instead, I created a single tile map image containing all the essential building blocks. By importing this tile map into Godot, I was able to paint the levels directly into the engine, almost like painting with pixels, making the design process much faster and more flexible. With all that said, let's take a look at how I designed the 2D graphics in Inkscape. I relied entirely on primitive shapes like squares, circles, and polygons. I started by creating the upper part of the platform, which represents the grass. I gave the rectangle a vibrant green color and rounded the corners using the circular handle in the top right corner of the shape. I applied this same technique across the rest of the assets, ensuring a consistent and cohesive style throughout the entire game world. By combining and modifying these simple forms, I was able to create a cohesive, modern look that feels both minimalist and polished. Nothing is complex here, it's just about trusting the process. And yes, that's how I utilized Inkscape to create all the visual assets for the game, including the environment, the user interface, and the characters. If you're visiting the channel for the first time, I highly recommend watching my previous video to see the full context of my workflow. Now, I'll leave you to enjoy this time-lapse video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next one.